Hails and welcome to Rauta. This time I'm gonna tell you a little bit about this international band called Pohjast. It's basically an Estonian band, but then again not really, considering how many guys the band has from different countries. So let's just call it, for the sake of an argument, an international band. This is their third album called Downfall, which features nice art, nice digipack packaging, which I'm gonna show you here. Unfortunately, nomen est omen, like the Latin-speaking say, that is, sometimes name is an omen. And in this case, I could say Downfall is a little bit of an evil omen for this album, because, in my opinion, this is the least good album by the band so far. That is not to say this is a bad album, by no means. And here you can try to read some of those lyrics, but I kind of doubt it. It's impossible, or next to impossible, given the font and this kind of a reflection that this light is doing here. But there you have it. At least you can see the packaging, which is really nice, kind of a glossy feeling, a little bit valuable. Anyway, here you have the band's metal archive site, which gives you a little bit of the basic information. That is 3 albums out since, well, 2012, when the first EP came out. I don't think I've ever heard it, actually. I think I started pretty much with the first album, Through Stern Death, which then again was surprisingly a good album. Much as it was closer to that, but not, in my opinion, as good as the debut one. And now we have this Downfall, which is, like I said, I guess the weakest album so far. And here you can see the location is mentioned: Estonia, Germany, Estonia, Finland, Canada. Now it sounds kind of a messy. Now some band members used to be in one of these countries. There has been more Finnish members than just guy or two. And a couple of Estonian members, and then the vocalist Erik Sayer is from Canada, and he is something that I know mostly from his band The Sayer, which is really good band. Too bad it hasn't been really active. But given that this band is kind of international, and given that this style is somewhat kind of a hybrid in nature, this is something kind of a hard to get into. Then again, it's also rather easy, more easy than what it might sound. Now, similar artist that is kind of a short and sweet, but there are a couple of bands which I would say are quite close to this one. One is Bathory, obviously, and this is reminding not so much the black metal era, and one could even argue Bathory was never about doom. So this is more about this kind of a Viking metal era of Bathory, and also Primordial, which is kind of defined here as Celtic folk black metal. In general, I would just say this is kind of atmospheric metal, having parts from heavy metal, having parts of this so-called Viking metal, and flirting definitely with black metal, but nothing really indicates black metal nowadays, especially that the vocals are clear and most of the riffs are rather different than just being black metal. Now, this is nothing bad, obviously, because what Pohjast is doing here is something which I would consider rather, if not unique, at least original, because they really sound like any other band, in my opinion. Not that I have heard a similar band. Like, when I was comparing this to Primordial and especially Bathory, I would say there are overlapping elements, but still these two sound different. Now, what makes this album a little bit of a disappointment is that towards the end it starts to slide on a slight decline. That is, the first parts of the album is heard right in the beginning with the first track, Ophelia. And to be honest, Erik Sayer's vocals do a lot of this album to be somewhat enjoyable. Now, most of the riffs are between being actual good and totally forgettable, like decent, but nothing really mind-blowing. And towards the end of We Go with the album, it seems to be less and less kind of a memorable, less and less catchy, and I don't know, something is missing, which is kind of a bad sign, comparing that this album is only 31 minutes in total length. So I don't know why or what is exactly going on, because I feel like if this was an MCD with some, like, 50 20 minutes, this would have been like right on the spot. But now it feels like the band ran out of ideas in the middle of recording this, or maybe the songs are in a wrong order, because it feels like at the first I'm like, yay, this is good Pohjast, and in the end I'm like, is this snooze fest over? I mean, it's a bit harsh thing to say, because I mean the overall production is good, and different elements of this album is at least decent all the way through, and still I feel a little bit disappointed. Maybe because I was expecting so much more, but also because this album is not really giving me what I need, I mean, during the full length. So the first parts, good stuff, towards the end, not so much. But given that there are not too many bands doing this kind of stuff or operating this field of metal, which I would just say atmospheric metal, this is something that you should consider listening to, even if this is not your favorite genre. Then again, if you're totally allergic to all kind of late battery stuff and bands like Moon Sorrow, Primordial, and whatever, well, don't waste your time with that. This is not gonna be a so-called mind changer. But obviously you need to decide for yourself, so give this one a go. And like I said, if you like the music, consider buying a physical product. It's one of the best ways to support the band, and goddamn, this is good looking release. So take a look, take a listen, and hope you enjoy. Take care, bye bye.